Oh man. Flump. What's going on YouTube? Kyle Ken coming at you with another episode of Kenny's Corner. It's been a while since I did one of these because I went to do a video recently using the new camera that I got. A lot of you know from that donation elimination stream I did a little while back. One of the things I wanted to get was a new camera. And I had to record a unboxing of Universal Yums. I recorded that, and the snacks were pretty good, so I kept eating them. And after the video was over, I realized the file was corrupt, and by that point I had eaten a lot of the snacks and you wouldn't get my first impressions of them, so I wasn't able to re-record them. I still have my other camera. Here's a little guy right here. I don't know what this is really. It's like a Samsung something or other. This is what I was using to record before, and hopefully its quality is significantly better. Anyway, this is really difficult. Like, I don't know if I'm actually in focus or not, because this camera doesn't have the little viewfinder on the side. Alright, so this episode is definitely going to go out late because I'm recording this at 6:18 in the morning on a Saturday morning, so this will probably be going up Saturday evening, I think, maybe, something like that. This video, I guess, is going to be about my kind of pet peeves or things that annoy me / things I dislike. And so without further ado, let's get started. I guess I'll start here. Something that kind of bothers me. Like, I don't hate it all that much. It's kind of like when people post first on videos, and to be honest, I don't really know why it bothers me. I think it's because I actually like to read comments from other people, and then I get all excited about notifications. Someone's just like first. I'm just like, well, there goes my excitement for this moment. Another thing I don't really like is excessive puns. Like, a lot of the time, like, I just kind of tolerate it, but I really don't like it all that much. And tolerating something and liking it are two different things entirely. Just so people know, because, I don't know, some people just don't know. Like, most of the time when Ray's talking, I just tolerate the things he says. I don't like puns in excess. I just tolerate them because Ray's a friend. Another thing I dislike, or I have a strong dislike for, I guess it really depends, but I don't really like memes. The majority of memes I find really annoying, and I guess overused, so they kind of get on my nerves. Maybe that's why I don't like First all that much, because I also don't like meme. Well, is that really a meme? I don't know. But stuff like, what are those? Anything involving Harambe, I don't know, the caveman SpongeBob thing, stuff that I need, like, I just don't like it. Like, it gets on my, every time I see it, I just get upset and I close whatever tab I'm in because I don't like it. I want to get away from it. Alright, something else I don't like, I feel like a lot of guys, or anyone with a Pen 15 can kind of relate to this. I don't like when I'm going to, like, when I go to the bathroom and I sit down and I start pondering, you know, I take out my phone, have a nice old day, and then I feel a cold tingling sensation at the tip of my Pen 15. I don't like it. I hate it. When I'm touching porcelain, or I'm touching like the tip of that toilet water, whoa, oh my god. Now, I don't know if it's because every toilet I sit on is, I don't know, maybe they're just made poorly, low to the ground. Maybe I have a huge Pen 15. I don't know. All I know is I hate that feeling when my Pen 15 is touching porcelain or toilet water. Then again, I don't think most people really like. Another thing that kind of bothers me is that, actually, Witch and I were talking about this a little while back. No matter how much I shake after I take a piss, there's still just like a few drops. There's just always there that gets on my boxers. And no matter how much I shake, there's at least one. There's one. I'm just like, hey, you're not gonna get me today. And I don't know how to stop it. The only way I can think is just taking some toilet paper and wiping it off. But I don't want to do that all the time. I feel like that's just a waste of toilet paper. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I never learned how to properly, you know, just shake my Pen 15 dry. I don't know. Am I doing something wrong? If I'm doing something wrong, please, somebody, just let me know down below, alright? Just between us. Don't tell nobody about this, you know. Keep it on the hush hush, you feel? Alright, so this next thing kind of ties into something else, but I really don't like at all when people say that being a full-time YouTuber isn't a real job, and that doing YouTube is easy. Doing YouTube is easy. I mean, okay, I guess I can see, because you know they don't know what it's like, so they just assume that you record and upload. They don't know anything that goes in between. But if I use that logic, all right, being a teacher is easy. I just have to get people to listen to me for a certain amount of time, you know. I'm not a teacher, but I know obviously more gets put into that. You know, lesson plans, actually getting people to pay attention to you, making sure your students, you know, understand the material. You know, like make sure you don't have any students that fail. Obviously, people still might fail. You know, they'll need additional help. You know, and stuff of that nature. Or like I can say being a cashier is easy. All you do is ring items up, place them in bags. Being a cashier actually just isn't easy, because you have to deal with people that always think they're right. Not necessarily always think they're right, but yeah, I'm going to stop there, because those of you that actually are cashiers knows that, you know, there's more goes into it than what people just kind of see, and then they're just like, you know, this is so easy. The whole YouTube isn't a real job thing. I guess that kind of goes back to what I was just talking about, because people just like, oh, you just sit just sit around and just wank off all day. It's not a real job. It's like, if it's so easy, why don't you do it? You know, you just said it's so easy, right? It's like, oh, but I can't do it because... Alright, little tangent here. Someone said this to me one day, and I was like, so, if it's so easy, and anyone can do it, why don't you do it? He's like, oh, I can't do it because I have this, and this to do. But, I was like, well, my statement still stands. If it's so easy, you should easily be able to manage it and do, you know, other things. And it's really not that easy. Because obviously, yes, record, upload. Those are like the bare minimum basic things you have to do for, you know, criteria for being a YouTuber, I guess. They don't know about editing, rendering, staying relevant to your viewer base, trying to branch out and make new content. You know, maybe you need new, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe you need like a new computer or whatever, so like you can stay up to date. Or like if your stuff's a little bit older, you have to struggle with, you know, finding a way to make your content still enjoyable and, you know, not have it like lag or stuff like that. You have to stay consistent. You know, it's really not as easy as people think it is, or kind of make it out to be. Ironically, one of my friends, he started streaming recently, and he came up to me one day. He's like, "Yo, I have newfound respect for you. I didn't know how hard it was, you know, trying to edit and render things. Is like that stuff's not as easy as people make it out to be." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I've been doing this as a hobby for quite some time." Something else that kind of bothers me. It doesn't bother me all that much, but like every time, like I hear it a lot, is when like people are always shitting on workers that work at, you know, fast food restaurants, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, stuff like that. I think the reason it kind of bothers me is because they always say the same thing. They're just like, oh, they always get my order wrong, or, you know, they gave me an attitude or whatever. Which, I mean, yeah, they shouldn't have given you attitude. But like the order wrong thing, like, relax. You're not perfect. They're not perfect. So I don't know what you want to do here. And other times they're just like, they should go, you know, go get real jobs. It's like, well, okay. If everyone that works at these fast food establishments went out and got what you consider a real job, who's going to be back there fixing the food that you're trying to order? No one would be there. And then you'd probably have a problem with that too. So just stop complaining. Like, I don't, like, like you're complaining, you said these people should get real jobs, but then you also want, like, the food or whatever you're there to get. So I, like, I don't know, man. Maybe that's just me that thinks of it that way. I don't know. It could just be me. Something else that actually really gets to me. This one's a little bit harder to it's not really that hard to prove, but it's kind of harder to get someone to understand if they don't understand it. And that being is that white privilege is a real thing. People say like, oh, white privilege isn't real. Well, what color is your skin? Oh, I'm white. Huh, interesting. I use that specific example because that's actually happened before, in person. And I feel as though, like, if you're white, you're less, and you don't know about white privilege, it's harder to explain because you're not in those scenarios, you know what I mean? Like, for example, a lot of times I go to a new store and, they see me, I'm wearing a do-rag, so obviously I must be up to no good because I'm black, I'm wearing a do-rag. So security, like, in like various different, this doesn't happen at one store. Like, a lot of stores I go to, like, security guards will just start following me around. But, like, they don't really even do it subtly. They kind of just hover around me. Like, I'll go to, like, the drink aisle or whatever, at the end of the aisle, see the security guards. So I'm like, whatever, pick my stuff up, go to the snack aisle, other end, security guard again. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. The first few times, I thought it was coincidence, but it actually happened, like I said, it happens quite a lot to me, and it doesn't bother me at all. I think that's actually kind of bad that it doesn't bother me, because that just shows how used to things like that happening in our society that I am. Another thing, I forgot what I was going to say actually. Oh, I'm kind of drawing a blank here, trying to think of other examples, specifically where that I've been in. I can give examples for one, the whole, two examples actually. One of them recently, I probably shouldn't talk about, but fuck it, YOLO. The Brock Turner thing, right? He took advantage of an unconscious girl, and he did some time, got out in 2 months, and he got out in 2 months. I'm pretty sure that, like, anybody like involved or even knows about that case, you can clearly see how, like, white privilege is in that scenario. I'm not trying to make that a racial thing. If anything, I think that it's a disservice to the girl that got taken advantage of, because she's not getting justice. She's scarred for the rest of her life. Like, that's going to cause problems for her. She might need therapy and things like that. And he got out because just like, you know what? Kids make mistakes, and it might influence him, like being in jail. Like, you took advantage of someone else, and you don't want to do the time now, so you're getting out for free? Like, that doesn't make too much sense to me up here. I really don't like that at all. Another scenario, I don't remember the names in this case, but there was an officer who ended up tasing a kid into a coma, I believe. And since I don't remember the names, I can't go back and find information on this. But I remember specifically one of my friends on Facebook saying, "Where's the white privilege that protected this kid?" And, it was a white officer, a white kid. So I was like, well, all right. I'm pretty sure the officer got off with, paid leave, and he just came back like nothing happened. I think that a lot of time people think that white privilege means that white people are protected no matter what happens. And I mean that in the sense that scenario I just gave, one of my friends said, was it white privilege that protected this kid? Well, it didn't protect this kid. It protected the officer who had done, tased the kid into a coma. Now he has memory problems. So it's not always going to be like in like a one-way fashion. I feel like you have to kind of think a little bit about it. You can see it, but like if you look at it just like cut and dry, like white privilege protects all white people, you're not really going to see the I don't remember what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought entirely. And one last thing, this might not be like a white privilege kind of thing. I don't, like, I'm not really sure, but like I said, I get followed around in stores. I'm a black guy wearing a do-rag because to them, I'm literally just another nigga. Like, I'm not even really a person. They think I'm like some criminal. I'm just gonna run up on them, like take their stuff. I'm all hood and stuff like that. But in reality, I'm just trying to get some Arizonas, man. Want some Arizona, some snacks, good to go. And a lot of times when I go to check out, they'll ask, hey, how you doing or whatever. And I'll respond in I guess, a rather articulate fashion, more so than they think I would have. Because, you know, based on my appearance, they're like, oh, he's hood or whatever. And then they'll just like, I can see a bit of shock in their face as they look at me as I'm speaking. So I'm not sure if that's actually a good example. Not really of white privilege. I guess that's a little bit more prejudice, I guess, to kind of say. Or something along that lines, more so. Or discrimination, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but you guys probably get what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's 6:30 in the morning. I'm really tired. I guess another thing, like, it doesn't bother me per se, but I just kind of dislike it, is small talk. I don't really know why I have a problem with this. I guess it's because, like, if some random guy starts trying to talk to me, like, I'd rather just cut to the point. Like, don't ask how my day was, guy. Just like, yo, what do you want from me right now? And to be honest, if you're someone that I don't talk to on a daily basis, and just like out of the blue, you just hit me up with small talk, I'm probably not going to respond. Not so much in person, but like if, I don't know, someone I haven't talked to ever in my life just hits me up on Facebook, they just start talking to me about like, how's your day been, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, I'm probably just not gonna respond. I don't know. Like I said, like I just like, yo, what do you want? Like, you trying to get to the point or no? You're trying to drag out this conversation that is filled with things that neither one of us really cares about right now. But I guess that's because in my experience, most of the time, small talk it usually leads to me just ending up disappointed in the end. So that just might be the problem I have with it. So that could be why that I don't like it. Something that really, really bothers me, like I actually just will spaz out just by anybody. I don't mind letting people, you know, use like whatever I have or like my phone or whatever. Like hell, I even give my friends my password to my phone when I don't feel like opening. I'm like, yo, here, take it, whatever. But don't ever take my phone out of my hand and start going through my messages. I don't know why, but I will just spaz the fuck out on you. I don't know what it is. I just really don't like it. The last time it happened, this poor kid, he just wouldn't talk to me anymore. And it wasn't, like, it was someone slightly younger than me, and I just got, like, I was livid. I don't know what it is. And, like, I asked some of my friends, I'm like, yo, how would you feel if that happened? It's like, I would have reacted the same way you did. I'm like, okay. Like, I just want to make sure that it wasn't me and I'm not overreacting or anything. And I don't know. That's just something I don't like. I guess since I don't want this to be too long, last thing is, I left this last on purpose because I talked about things I didn't like, is when people intentionally do things that I don't like to mess with me. So, people that send me memes that I don't like, or intentionally put first knowing I don't like having first comments because I like to read comments, stuff like that, I will actually just not talk to you anymore. Because, like I said, I really, like, I legitimately, like, despise, like, Harambe memes, like I said, SpongeBob memes, like, I don't know what it is about first either. I guess it's because I like to read comments. But I know that someone is definitely going to do that in this video before watching the whole video. And, that's going to happen. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of that, I really don't like it when people, like, it doesn't bother, like, I don't know, it's weird when people leave comments about the video without watching the full video, so they try to answer a question, but since they didn't watch the full video, if I figured out what said answer was the question, or if I corrected myself later, they just left a comment that I already knew. Or when people don't read descriptions or titles, because I get a lot of comments about, you know, what songs in the video. I'm like, read a description, you'll find it. Or like when I have secret free-for-alls, like it literally gets like 40 views, and because people don't check the descriptions. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully I'll have this up later today. If not, I apologize. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to show your support, and do enjoy reading your comments. Check out all my social media stuff down below. Snapchat, all that stuff. Be sure to follow me. Notifications turned on so you know when I'm being active on all the medias and stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Later.